These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report, Firefly. Some so-called expert is on television right now. He's on our news channel 1 warning Iraq about floating the dinar. He's saying to us, it's not a good idea and it could lead to a collapse of our currency. It could be a massive inflation. This is all from someone against Iraqi dinar. Frank says they're not stupid. These tactics doesn't work anymore. All right, Militiaman says, question, what did they say with JP Morgan just the other day? Militiaman says he's talking about emerging markets. They're focused on emerging markets and growth. Iraq is an emerging market. They're not even international at the point of their exchange rate. 1310 is not viable around the world. It's not yet. Whatever they're doing, they're focusing on. This is my view on it. All right, Petra article quote, the most difficult option, warnings of the danger of floating the Iraqi dinar without achieving an important condition. A hit piece, very poorly thought out and clearly indicates an ignorant author who does not understand economic processes, protocols, and international finance, banking, transfer monies in an active, productive society. Clearly, this writer attempted to use big words with unsubstantiated information and no backup documentation other than opinion, and as stated, an ignorant one at that. Mark Zevia PDK says a little more news out of Vietnam. They continue to crack down on corruption. Vietnam jails soft drink tycoon for 8 years and 40 million fraud case. I am leaning towards they are cleaning the system to change the value of the VND. Nader from the Middle East says, today I was watching the news. I was watching Sudani in the street. It got me all excited, got me happy. It's been a while. We didn't see a leader who cares about the people, cares about the country. He was walking in the street at least for 2 hours. So it's great to see that. He gives confidence. It gives hope. I hope he continues like that. It's amazing what's going on in Iraq. I love it. Bruce Viawiser now says, I heard from one of our Iraqi sources today. He said that starting on Saturday, Iraq will have an all-new currency on Saturday. New Iraqi dinar, it's going to have an all-new rate Saturday. So now I don't know if they're going to put their rate internationally on Saturday. They might. I can only tell you that this is looking very good for us. Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report, Firefly. They just told us Iraqi citizens that Iraq has completed the initial phase of joining the WTO. Basically, they're saying we're now members of the WTO. Frank says, don't worry about the WTO. They are members. Everything else is just noise. All right, Pimpy says, what Iraq is preparing to do is delete the zeros off the currency. That's not what we wanted, but that's what's going to happen. Everything has to do with what's good for Iraq, not your investment. All right, Claire has an article, quote, the most difficult option, warnings of the danger of floating the Iraqi dinar without achieving an important condition. Quote, some are proposing a solution to address the double price of the dollar against the dinar and the existence of a large gap between the official and parallel prices through a free float of the Iraqi dinar. The dinar is in market to find its price against the foreign currencies through the interaction of the forces of supply and demand. All right, Bruce Viawiser now says, we heard this morning from the Redemption Center, and this was yesterday, the 26th, the staff leader at one of the Redemption Centers here in the U.S., that the staff is going in on Friday. We have the full-fledged team at Redemption Centers going in on Saturday. Multiple shifts, so they could begin to do exchanges on Saturday. Militiaman says Iraq is at advanced stages, unlike any other country in the region, for a session to the WTO. Frank 26 question, will Aki, Walking Sticks Iraqi bank owner here in the U.S., exchange dinars for U.S. citizens at his bank? Frank says yes, that's the whole purpose. Lastly, I've got Bruce Viawiser now says Iraq is going to enter the World Trade Organization. They have qualified to become a full-fledged member of the WTO on May 8th.